Hey, welcome back, friends. So you guys know that I've had some pretty unique experiences when it comes to towing, specifically travel trailers, and that's what this video is about, travel trailers. Just valuable tips that I wish I'd known before I first started towing all of these travel trailers. I think we're up to 7 or 8 different travel trailers now, anywhere from 22 feet up to 37 feet. I've used several different trucks. I've used 11 different weight distribution hitches. So certainly I've had some unique experiences there. That said, I'm just a student in all this. So I'm by no means an expert. Please take what I say in this video with a grain of salt. You probably find just as good or better information down in our comments section. So if you have some valuable tips for the folks out there doing their homework, you know, if somebody's watching this video, they're very likely trying to do their homework when it comes to being safe on the road towing their travel trailer. So go down there, share some of your valuable knowledge with them in the comment section. And if you're one of those folks watching these towing videos for the first time, check out that comment section. It's extraordinarily valuable. We got one of the best comment sections on all of RV YouTube. Before we get started into these valuable tips, help us pay some bills and check out today's video sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by rvmattress.com, a Brooklyn bedding brand.
So our family has enjoyed RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding's mattresses for over a year now. We love them and we're confident you will as well.
This particular model is called the Dream Foam Essential, which just won Good Housekeeping's 2023 Family Travel Award for having a big variety of sizes without sacrificing comfort, making it the perfect mattress on the road.
With your RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, you get a 120-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty.
For our family, the RV is our place to recharge for the next day. So a comfortable night's rest is important, not just for mom and dad, but for the kids too. Thank you, RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, for sponsoring today's video.
So head over to rvmattress.com/wondering and use our code WONDERING to get 25% off your next mattress.
Now let's hop back into today's video.
Now we have over 500 videos over on the channel, so if some of this is repetitive, if you've been here a good while with us on the channel, one, thank you very much. But two, some of this you've probably heard me talk about before. So please forgive me for that. But these are, I've never compiled all of these tips into one video, and I thought that was a good idea to do. First tip, it may be one of the most important tips. I wish I had known this before I started towing travel trailers, but the length of your travel trailer is a much bigger concern when it comes to towing than the weight of your travel trailer. Now the weight's important, don't get me wrong, specifically the tongue weight and dealing with payloads. But these modern day trucks, I mean, they can tow a lot of weight. So you got to get into some really big travel trailers before you worry about the weight aspect of things. The length is a different story. I've done an entire video just on this one tip. So the sidewalls, you know, towing a travel trailer is a unique experience. I've towed skid steers, I've towed boats, I've towed, gosh, about everything you can think of out there. A travel trailer is a different animal. That big sidewall back there, and a lot of times, you know, they want to be taller, so you got a nice big room inside. That catches some air a lot of times, specifically on interstates and with trucks. And so if you've got, there's a big difference between 26 feet of sidewall and 36 feet of sidewall. You can imagine, you know, 10 extra feet of fiberglass catching air makes a big difference. So I would concern myself much more with the length of your travel trailer versus the weight when you're starting to research all of this. I think that's a very important tip, and I think most people who have towed travel trailers for a while would definitely agree with me. Now, if you are getting into the travel trailer game, you've probably been bombarded with different suggestions on weight distribution hitches. You've probably watched a couple of my videos on weight distribution hitches. I'm not going to jump into ranking them. I've done that over and over again. What I will say is they are different. Now, I've very early on learned how to dial these things in, and they perform differently. They absolutely perform differently, and they are all adjustable. So most of all of them that I've dealt with are adjustable in one fashion or another, and you do have to dial them in even after you set them up to manufacturer specs. So manufacturer specs are just getting you in the ballpark. You know, there's a couple of hitches out there that I really like that dial you in perfectly the first time, but for the most part, you got to tow with your setup. I mean, with your truck, your trailer, the way you've loaded it. So luckily, lots of them are adjustable, and unfortunately, some of them don't perform as well as others. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for hitches. There is a difference in hitches. They do perform differently, and even when you do buy a hitch, you're still going to have to adjust it, and luckily you're able to. I know good and well in the comment sections I'm going to get some pushback here. I'll get some people that agree with me too, but When it comes to travel trailers, you don't need to go diesel. If you want to go diesel, that's fine. I've had the diesel. I've had, it tows great. I'm not a diesel hater. But specifically with 3/4 ton trucks, gas is going to be fine. Gas is going to do everything you ask it to do with these travel trailers. You'd have to have a massive 40-foot long, 20,000 pound custom travel trailer that, $300,000 travel trailer to start worrying about whether or not you should buy a diesel truck. Gas is going to be just fine. That's a tip I learned early on. Curiosity killed the cat. I bought a diesel and I enjoyed it, but the reliability or the lack of reliability in the EPA required parts on these diesels and the DEF systems and the repair bills, possible repair bills, I just didn't find the diesel was worth it for me. And this gas truck, especially this one, 7.3, 373 gears, I love this setup. I love this. I mean, I've had some issues with the electrical in this truck, but as far as the performance of the powertrain, it's been great. It tows like a champ. And yeah, gas is going to do you just fine. All right, another important tip, and when I first started this game, I had a half-ton truck. I had a 3.5 EcoBoost. I love the EcoBoost. It tows like a freight train, but it was a half-ton truck. And I had a specific payload. I don't remember what it was now, but it's back on the channel. And so I was looking at rigs with specific tongue weights, trying to do the math. Understand, everybody, all the manufacturers, RV manufacturers, are way low on their tongue weight calculations. Okay, their tongue weight calculations are going to be extraordinarily low. Sometimes you're looking at 30, 35, 40% more weight on the tongue than what the manufacturer is advertising. And the reason being is they weigh those things completely dry, without propane tanks, without batteries, with nothing in the front storage. A lot of travel trailers have front storage compartments. There's nothing. I mean, by the time you're going camping, a good example is our 2800 BH that we have up at a permanent site. Its advertised hitch weight, I think, is around 600 pounds. Well, it's over 950 in reality. Once it's ready to go camping, once we have propane and batteries rocking and rolling, when it's ready to go, it's over 950 pounds. So that's considerably more weight than the 605. I'm not going to do the math, but it's a lot more weight than the 605 that was advertised, right? So keep that in mind. A lot of people will get freaked out by this, and before they know it, they're over the payload numbers. It's good you're doing that homework, but keep in mind, man, that those tongue weight numbers are way off for basically every manufacturer. Finally, this may be the most important tip I give you guys in this video. When I first started towing travel trailers, when I first hooked up that first travel trailer, I had a little Sprinter, it was 26 feet. I had the old Husky weight distribution hitch that it was used, and it was a salvage title trailer. Even though I had towed before, even some heavier loads like skid steers, towing a travel trailer was intimidating to me. I was like, man, this thing is huge. I've got 30 foot hanging off the back of my truck. It's these big sidewalls. I can't see anything out my rear view mirror. I can't tell exactly where the axles are at to make a turn. I don't know how wide my turns are going to have to be. I don't know how to fit in a gas station. Like, there was a lot of things I was concerned with, and it ended up being basically a nothing burger. It's not that big a deal. I mean, the learning curve for me, and I think most people will agree, the learning curve for towing these travel trailers is extraordinarily short. These things track fairly well. All of the ones I've have been a pleasure to tow. They've been easy to tow. Like I said, you're not having to take super wide turns, and you're not having to, now keep in mind, I have a adequate tow vehicle. I have a correctly set up weight distribution hitch. All of that helps. But as far as tracking, making turns, getting into gas stations, it's never been that big of a deal. There's been very few times where I felt stuck or worried when it comes to the travel trailer. So even that big, I've towed a 37 footer, and I was a little intimidated with it even after I had towed so much. But it was fine. It was remarkably easy to tow. So don't be intimidated. You're doing the right thing. If you're watching this video, you're probably doing your homework. You continue doing this type of homework. Your first time with a travel trailer behind you, you're going to be just fine. Don't be so intimidated about it. You'll learn really quick, and it won't be that big a deal. All right, there you go, guys. My 5 tips all into one video for towing a travel trailer. I find these valuable. I think people will find them useful, specifically you guys out there who are just starting in this game. It has been great having a travel trailer. We've really enjoyed it, and towing it has been a breeze once you do homework just like you're doing. Again, if you have knowledge, which you probably have more than I do, hop down in that comment section, help these folks out that are trying to do their homework, and share your knowledge as well. There's lots more than just 5 tips, and these are just 5 most valuable ones I could think of in the last few days while I'm brainstorming this video. But yeah, hop down in the comment section and share your tips as well. Make sure to check out those comments. And hey, we're over 79,000 subscribers, guys. And every single video in 2024, I just want to say thank you. I'm very appreciative, and so is my family. Guys, I hope you're being safe. See ya.